In this video, I want to talk about two things. One, this is my 9913 that is currently a knee bar machine, and that is inconvenient with the wheelchair. I had it set up this morning with the knee bar, and my knee it's not easy to work against the side of the chair and still operate the knee bar. So this is going to be converted to a hand crank, and I'm going to take the hand crank and spoked wheel off of the Spartan I have and put them on the 99. Now, what the Spartan is going to get is the new motor that I had purchased last year sometime for the Spartan. So the Spartan will be back to being more original, actually, except it'll be a replacement motor. They were never sold as a hand crank. They were sold as small electrics that came with nothing. So that's basically, it'll be back to being closer to original. And the 99 is the machine I promised my grandmother I'd never get rid of or give to anyone in the family, that I'd always keep it. So as I'm packing, and I have to keep one machine with me, there's also my 1591, which my father gave me, but there's also the treadle that came from my dad. So this is the only machine I promised somebody I'd never get rid of, and it's the 99. Now, aside from the knee bar not really being convenient, I prefer a hand crank, and the motor is, I think, 83 years old. The machine is from 1934, so might be 85 years, somewhere around there. I'm not thinking math-wise right now. It's a very old motor, and it all works right now, but, you know, it's a very old motor. So what I'm doing is I'm going to make that a hand crank, and I'm taking the hand crank off of the Spartan. But I want to show you really what the video is about, is a spoked hand wheel, which this is a vintage one. They do have reproduction spoked hand wheels. You will see two yellow bands on there, and those are the polypropylene bands, the extra that I had left over from putting a treadle band on the white treadle. And what I did was just cut them to length, and I put them in both grooves. There's an extra groove on this hand wheel. That one is actually in the groove. This is just on the rim of the hand wheel, and there isn't really a groove on that one. Now, why did I do that? Well, it's not as obvious on a Spartan because of the type of bobbin winder the Spartan has. This bobbin winder is their simplest bobbin winder that you just push down and hold it against the wheel. Now, if I didn't have that yellow band on there, this one would go down further, even with the wheel pushed in, and would hit the hand wheel. So this is more for building up the rim on a spoked hand wheel to go on a 99. And the reason you do that is because the 99 has a different bobbin winder. Now this, as you can see in the videos about me converting this machine previously when I thought about it, this can be adjusted where it almost hits a spoked hand wheel without any pressure. But now that I have that, excuse me, now that I have that yellow band on there, when I put the spoked hand wheel on here, it's going to add just enough to the hand wheel so that when I adjust the bobbin winder, it should hit the yellow belt without a problem. And it's just building up that spoked hand wheel just a bit so that when you adjust this to the tightest position, it really will hit tightly against that yellow belt. Now, previously, I had also used a piece of leather to do the same thing. This is leftover from a leather treadle belt. So it's very simple to do, the same way that I cut and then connected the treadle belt on the white. You just cut this to length, use one of the small connectors, and I did again have to heat up each end of the belt before I could easily get the connector in. So that's what it looks like when you want to build up a hand wheel when you're converting a Singer 99 to a hand crank.